If you live in Delhi NCR long enough, you start to believe your body is adapting to the air. You survive a few winters, the morning chest tightness stops feeling like an emergency, and the smog simply starts to feel normal. This creates a very specific anxiety for parents. There is a fear that keeping a house perfectly clean for 14 hours a day will leave children vulnerable, that they will lose their defenses and hit a wall the moment they step outside for the school bus. This worry assumes that particulate matter works like a virus or a physical workout. It treats pollution as a stressor the body can identify, remember, and eventually learn to handle through repeated exposure. In reality, the cells in your airways don't train on PM 2.5. They mount the same inflammatory response every single day. What we call toughness is actually just habituation to symptoms. The underlying biological damage accumulates at the exact same rate, whether you've lived here for 1 year or 40. Indian households already adopted the solution to this logic 20 years ago. You can see it in the RO filter under almost every kitchen sink in the city. We have reached a point where children, parents, and even pets drink only filtered water. Yet no one worries that this makes the families softer or less tolerant to the water coming out of a tap. The biology of the lung mirrors the biology of the gut. These systems do not build strength by processing contaminants, they absorb damage from them. Installing a clean air system removes a chronic, low-grade injury that the body has no biological way to fight. For children, the stakes of this exposure are permanent. Alveoli continue multiplying through age 2, and total lung function rises into the late teens. Breathing heavy pollution during this window physically stunts that growth. Spirometry data from Delhi schools reveals the result. Healthy, never-smoking teenagers in the capital show a 10 to 15% shortfall in total lung capacity compared to peers in less polluted regions. The clearance machinery in our lungs actually slows down under a heavy load. Specialized alveolar macrophages attempt to sweep up the debris, but when they become physically engorged with particles, the entire cleaning process grinds to a halt. We see the opposite effect when the air clears. During the 2008 Beijing Olympics, traffic restrictions created a massive natural experiment. In just 16 days of cleaner air, biomarkers of systemic inflammation in the local population plummeted. These brief periods of clean air allow the airways to recover, leaving the body in a measurably better position to handle the next encounter with dirty air. Many families try to solve this with a premium purifier in the bedroom, only to find the indicator light stays red or purple for the entire winter. The machine is simply trapped in a losing battle. This is the mass balance equation. An air purifier recirculates room air, but your home isn't a sealed box. Outdoor air continuously leaks in. Field studies show a 71% infiltration rate. When AQI crosses 250, that incoming smog mathematically defeats a single-room purifier. Attempting to perfectly seal the room only creates a new problem. 2 adults sleeping in a sealed bedroom will cause carbon dioxide to spike to double the WHO limit by morning, which severely impairs sleep quality and cognitive scores the next day. You cannot win an infiltration war from inside a leaky box. Solving this requires a shift from recirculating air to a whole home positive pressure system. This system draws outdoor air through a medical-grade HEPA filter and pushes it into the home. By pumping filtered air in, the system pressurizes the entire apartment. Clean air now pushes outward through those same gaps in the windows and doors, effectively sealing the home against the smog while continuously displacing carbon dioxide. This inversion of physics allows every room in the house to hold at WHO-safe levels, regardless of how severe the pollution is outside. The 14 hours your family spends indoors each day provide the most significant opportunity to reduce the total amount of particulate matter they absorb over a lifetime. Clean air is the next household utility. It follows the same logic as the transition to RO water 20 years ago, a necessary upgrade to protect the family from an environment that is no longer safe on its own. You can stop fighting the mass balance of your home. Contact AQI to request a site survey and see how positive pressure ventilation can change your indoor environment. Less exposure to PM 2.5 is always better. Taking control of the air your family breathes for the majority of their lives is the single most effective way to protect their future health.